Hello, good morning. Hello. Hello. Are you hearing me? Hello.
Good morning, sir.
Is board good morning? Is board visible to you?
Sir, partially it is visible.
Only partially.
Yes, sir.
Now?
Yes, sir, it is visible now.
Oh, thank you. So, welcome to the new entrant, Miss Shreya. We have studied till date about what is science, what is chemistry, what are their branches, matter, its states, nature, and then something about measurement, that is significant figures, and laws of chemical combinations. We have studied 5 laws. I hope you have solved some problems based on laws of chemical combinations. If you have any problem, you should write on WhatsApp. I will give you answer and let you understand the same in the class. Today we are moving to Avogadro's hypothesis. Avogadro's hypothesis. What is hypothesis? Hypothesis means any statement which has not been experimentally verified. Okay? Hypothesis means any statement which has not been experimentally verified. Okay? Just you have heard someone saying that if you take garlic, corona will not come to you. This is a hypothesis, his own hypothesis. It may be based on his experience, but it has not been experimentally verified. When a hypothesis is experimentally verified, that becomes law or theory. And when the law is universally accepted, then it becomes rule. So this is Avogadro's hypothesis, because at the time of Avogadro, they don't have laboratory to prove any scientific discoveries and verify it. So they used to give this type of hypothesis. And at that time, there is no distinction between atoms and molecules. People were not knowing whether atoms or molecules are different thing or same thing. Okay? At that time, Avogadro said that at same temperature and pressure, equal volume of all gases contain same number of molecules. Temperature is some, you know that if you change the temperature, volume will change. If you change the pressure, volume of gas will change. So at constant temperature and pressure, equal volume of all gases contain same number of molecules. So I should write at same temperature, TMP dot, and pressure, PRWS dot, equal volume of all gases contain same number of molecules. Equal volume of all gases contain equal number of molecules. This is Avogadro hypothesis. Nowadays, you should modify it. You know, some gases are monoatomic. In that case, equal volume may contain equal number of atoms. But at that time, when this assumption was given, people are not knowing whether some gases are atomic or some are polyatomic. So he said the molecules. So molecule means in which state it will remain, such as H2, O2, N2, CO2, NO, NO2, HE. These are its normal state, and so this law is valid for polyatomic molecules as well as monoatomic gases. For polyatomic gas, you cannot say atom. But for monoatomic gas, it may be valid for atom also. Clear? Monoatomic gases are only inert gases, only 6 in the universe. Helium, neon, argon, krypton, xenon and radon. These are monoatomic gas. So for these gases, atoms are treated as molecules. We say it is monoatomic molecule. That's clear. ठीक है? Equal volume contain equal number of molecules. Now, question. At 298 Kelvin and 1 bar pressure, 1 liter ammonia contain X number of molecules. 1 liter ammonia contains X molecule. Then question is 5 liter CO2 will contain how number of molecules? Temperature is same, pressure is same. 1 liter ammonia contains X molecules. Then you have to say what will be number of molecules in 5 liter CO2. Any one of you, please answer. Admit your phone and answer. Anyone? No one?
Sir, please pardon the question.
Hello? 1 liter ammonia. 1 liter ammonia contains X molecules. Then what will be number of molecules in 5 liter carbon dioxide?
Sir, 5x molecules.
5x molecules. Good. Very good. Because at same temperature and pressure, equal volume contain equal number of molecules. So if 1 liter ammonia contain X, then at same temperature pressure, 1 liter CO2 will also contain X. 1 liter contain X, so 5 liter contain 5X. Okay, this is the output of your Avogadro hypothesis, that if you are knowing number of molecules in a given volume of any gas, then you can know number of molecules of any gas in any volume at same temperature and pressure. Clear? We also can write this as temperature and pressure, volume of a gas is directly proportional to number of molecules. V varies as n at same T and P, where V is volume of gas and n is number of molecules. What is V? Volume of gas. What is n? Capital N, number of molecules. Okay, so when temperature is same, pressure is same, then V varies as n. Okay, any problem? Any confusion?
Actually, your board clearly visible, sir. So the statement, I could not write the statement, sir.
Board is not visible.
Yes, sir, she is right, sir.
Hello?
Sir, distance from your camera is too far. So that's why whatever is written it seems to be blurred. That's why we could not write. I perhaps everyone agrees.
Okay, I will send you the video. At present, you bear with me and I will send you video. Okay? And I will try to,
Thanks, sir.
I am continuously trying to enhance the quality of video. So I will send. Okay? Just rely upon my voice. Okay? So, if you have two gases at same temperature and pressure, let one gas A has V1 volume and N1 number of molecules, and gas B has V2 volume and N2 number of molecules. Okay? Same temperature and pressure. Pressure P and temperature T in both cases. At same temperature and pressure, V1 volume of gas A contain N1 number of molecules, and V2 volume of gas B contain N2 number of molecules. Then, from Avogadro's hypothesis, what will happen? V1 varies as N1 and V2 varies as N2. Okay? Or V1 equal to K into N1, V2 equal to K into N2. Therefore, V1 by V2 equal to N1 by N2. The ratio of volume and ratio of molecule, number of molecules will be same. Or you may write V1 by N1 equal to V2 by N2. Means ratio of volume of gas and number of molecules will be same at same temperature and pressure. Okay? If volume will increase by 5 times, molecule will increase by 5 times. If volume becomes half, number of molecule becomes half. No matter which gas it is, whether it is hydrogen or carbon dioxide, ammonia, oxygen, ozone, whatever may be. The ratio of volume is equal to ratio of number of molecules. So, if you are knowing number of molecule of a gas in a given volume, then you can calculate number of other molecules of other gas in other given volume. एक आयतन में अगर आपको नंबर ऑफ मॉलिक्यूल पता है तो आप दूसरे वॉल्यूम में नंबर ऑफ मॉलिक्यूल पता कर सकते हैं, उसी गैस का या दूसरे गैस का। जैसा भी हमने दिया था कि 1 लीटर अमोनिया में X मॉलिक्यूल है, तो 5 लीटर CO2 में कितना मॉलिक्यूल होगा? तो क्या करेंगे? क्या किए थे हम लोग? 1/5 1/5 नहीं हुआ। चलो अब देखते हैं एवोगाड्रो लॉ के हाइपोथेसिस का कॉन्सिक्वेंस क्या है, इसे क्या रिजल्ट निकला उस समय। वैसे एक हाइपोथेसिस ही था, लेकिन है करेक्ट, इसका रिजल्ट आज भी करेक्ट है। लोगों ने बहुत दिन तक इसको माना नहीं, कहा कि हाइपोथेसिस है, क्या वैल्यू है इसका, लेकिन ये करेक्ट है। इसका कॉन्सिक्वेंस है, रिजल्ट है 3 consequences of Avogadro hypothesis. First, it proved that elemental gases are diatomic. Elemental gases are diatomic. Although it is wrong today, but Avogadro has taken an example of hydrogen, nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine and chlorine. Elemental gases are diatomic. जो भी गैस एलिमेंट है वो सब डाइएटॉमिक है, मतलब उसके एक मॉलिक्यूल में 2 ही एटम होंगे, जैसे H2, O2, N2, ठीक है, F2 and Cl2. To date, we are knowing that some elemental gases are monoatomic, but at that time, ये सब हाइपोथेसिस है 18th सेंचुरी के इनिशिएशन का, 1800, 3, 5, 8, 9, 11, etc. At that time, we are not talking about inert gases, noble gases. Okay? So at that time it was correct, but nowadays this consequence is not fully correct, because now we have gases, elemental gases, which are not diatomic, rather they are monoatomic. And today we are also knowing ozone, O3. Ozone is also elemental gas, but it contains 3 atoms. So exceptions. First ozone and then inert gases. Helium, neon, argon, krypton, xenon and radon. ये गैस एवोगाड्रोस हाइपोथेसिस के इस कंसिक्वेंस को ओबे नहीं करते हैं। ठीक है, ये पहला कंसिक्वेंस हुआ। दूसरा है, सेकेंड इज वेपर डेंसिटी ऑफ ए गैस is half of its molecular mass. Molar mass. Vapor density of a gas is half of its molar mass. Or you say molar mass is twice the vapor density. Vapor density equal to molar mass by 2, or molar mass equal to 2 into vapor density. So if vapor density of a gas is given, it means you are knowing molar mass. Or If molar mass of a gas is given, it means you are doing its vapor density. Please be cautious. Density and vapor density are different things. Don't confuse vapor density with density. Okay? It is vapor density. Vapor density of any gas is always half of its molar mass. Suppose for hydrogen, what will be vapor density? Tell me. Vapor density of hydrogen 2 by 2, that is 1. Vapor density of CO2. Vapor density of CO2 22. Yes.
22.
44 by 2, that is 22. Okay? Okay? So this is second consequence of Avogadro's hypothesis. And now coming to third. Third says that at STP, one mole of every gas occupies 22.4 liters of volume. This is third consequence of Avogadro hypothesis. It is very important for you. You have to use this knowledge at various times in your study, during your study. One mole of every gas occupies 22.4 liters at STP. There are three terms: STP, 1 mole, and the volume. Volume is number 22.4 liters is fixed. What about 1 mole? If you are not knowing, although you have studied in class 9, but if you are not knowing, we shall talk about it. What is STP? STP is a standard
temperature and pressure.
temperature and pressure. Sometimes we also